Morning, everybody. Show you a little project we're doing today. Doing a little full board fencing in fellow folks' backyard. Just a new construction house they just built. Got some dogs. Got to be able to let their dogs out. So we're gonna do some full board fencing with some wire, 2x4 no climb wire on the inside of it for the dogs. So take you over the layout real quick. They got their driveway here. We're gonna be coming across the driveway, throw an 8-foot gate in there. We're laying this out kind of piece by piece. We're going to build it kind of in a circle, but got our string line going up the hill, and then we're going to go up into the backyard, throw another gate, come across the back down that hill, tie in over there to the other side of the house. We got our boards laid out. We're getting all of our posts laid out. The John Deere and the hammer are sitting here waiting, ready to get started. So let's get this fence built. Show y'all some footage of driving some posts and all. Can you take that foot and flip it up? Look good? Forgot to mark them, so yeah, we need to drive them to 48 inches, but it doesn't have to be perfect because we'll cut the tops off. There's a Sharpie. offline that way. Like I was trying to get it over. Every time I was getting it over, yeah, there's like a rock or something in there. All right, maybe this will be a little better. So this post, kind of the last one on this hill, but I'm sitting on like the transition of the hill, so this one's going to be a little funny. y'all, the tilt function on this Thelandeditor hammer is amazing. I'm at quite a slope that I got it tilted to where I'm gonna drive straight down. So, if you're looking to buy you a post driver, and I mean, they're not paying me to say this at all, but I shouldn't be giving them free advertisement. Buy you a Thelandeditor hammer. Get you, go ahead and pay for the tilt and the grapple option. Load it out. I promise you will not be disappointed. I know I haven't been. Hey, I'll creep up the hill and let's see if we can't drive another one. We'll just see how it goes. We're gonna attempt to, this slope is getting pretty intense. So we're gonna attempt, I don't really want to walk through the bed there. You can see they got like some pine straw and some, I can't remember what type of plants they are, but some nice plants growing. Not so much worried about messing the pine straw up because I can re-pine straw it. That ain't no big deal. I don't really want to kill the plants. I don't want to tear the hillside up. I don't want to drive at like such a crazy angle that it puts stress on the machine and the driver and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna, we got the hand auger with us, but you know, I pay a bunch of money for this driver and for this John Deere to not like, for us to not have to like kill ourselves physically. So I don't want to drive, I don't want to have a hand auger any more than we absolutely have to. The problem with it is when you work like this, your string line gets pushed. Pushing the string line with my track, so we have to go visual, get off of the string line because now my track's push the string line off. And it's tough because now we've got XYZ access because I'm not perpendicular. So, see how this goes. And I keep wanting to slide down the hill, There's a little progress report. We got all the posts in, so we come down here this side. We just kind of picked a side. I mean, you can start wherever, but we started running the board, so went down here. The way I like to do the boards, and I don't think it's the only way. I know it's not the only way, and I'm not going to say it's the right way, but the way I like to do it, the way I was taught, we go down through, kind of mark our post tops where we want the boards to be at, and we run the top string of boards going all the way down the run. So start with the top board, and then I use my fence jigs to hang off of that top board and then set the spacing on the rest of the board. So got this side pretty much done. They're finishing up right there on the very end. Just giving you some progress. Of course, it looks kind of janky right now because it doesn't have the face boards on it. The post tops aren't trimmed off, but fairly straight going down through there. Some of these posts are, you know, a little out of whack. But when I use just general farm fence post, I don't use the like perfect cut post or the true milled post where they're all milled to a correct dimension. I use just a regular old farm fence post. I like the character that it puts into the fence. It's a lot more economical because the post costs about half as much. So you do, you know, it gets a little bit wavy and all that, but once you get your tops trimmed off, once you get your face boards up on the fence and all, you don't really see it. But I think it turned out looking pretty good down through there. So we're going ahead and running the boards on down through there. This fence is going to have some 2x4 no climb for their dogs on the inside of it. So leaving this gap open, I'll pull the wire down through there towards the front side off of that back corner. But we're getting ready to hang it up for the day, but that's some progress. So we got all the posts in, started getting some boards up on really what was only about half a day because we didn't get started real late because it was raining and nasty this morning. So pretty good progress. Show you all this real quick, what I was talking about earlier with the fence jigs and the top board. So coming down this other side here, you can see we pretty much got the whole top board up. We stopped in this section because we have a bad like washout ditch here. So this is like a really severe transition of a berm swell that's built in the backyard. So that right there is getting interesting with the boards. They won't bend quite that far, so we're kind of taking a break. We're gonna piece that together here in a minute, make it look nice. But running up the hill, we got our whole top strand of boards going down. And I had a doctor's appointment. I had to go get my teeth cleaned at the dentist. So not a doctor's appointment, dentist appointment. But anyways, left the guy that was helping me here by himself, and he was able to board all of that by himself using the handy dandy fence jigs here. So if you look at the jig, it's got these plates built in. It's all the spacing of the board. So your top board is designed to hang on top of the fence. Got a little screw there to help hold it on there, and then you set the rest of your boards on top of those boards, and you're able to pretty much fence by yourself. So this one's not in there straight right now because we got to get the boards bent down, but that's pretty much how the jig sits on there, and you can use the jig to help get you some leverage to bend your boards down or bend them up depending on which transition you're working with. But it's pretty much how that top board and the fence jigs work. So if you get in a bind and need to do fencing by yourself, get you some fence jigs, set your top line, get you some help setting your top line, and from there you can take it over, do fencing by yourself. So we'll keep running some boards here. Well, end of day 2. Show you the results so far. So we got section done up there by the driveway. We left a gap right there. All down this side is finished. Got the back done. There's our second gate opening into the very back of the yard. So one thing about this fence, we did not fence the property lines. They did not want to go all the way to the property lines, and I kind of agreed with them as far as you don't have to worry about any future disputes or debates about where the true property line is. If you stay off of it, you don't have to worry about that. So we stayed off of the property lines and just did, you know, a portion of the backyard for their dogs. So we got a secondary gate back here to reach the rest of the property. They've got probably another 50, 60 feet back there. Keep out of the fence, come down the side here, the back. Down here, this hill over here, y'all, was aggravating. So we had to fix a lot of the posts, trying to drive crooked sitting on the side of that hill with a machine. My original plan was to hand auger all of these just because of the angle, the steepness of the hill. And in hindsight, I wish we would have gone ahead and done that. We wound up putting the machine on the hill, driving all of them but one, but they kind of drove real crooked because we were sitting sideways trying to drive on the hill. Every time you hit it, it was wanting to pull them off to the side. It's a mess. I did not do a very good job running the machine, but it turned out nice. We adjusted a few, got the boards on there. This hill transition was tricky. We tried it a couple different ways and finally kind of settled on splitting the difference. We weren't able to keep it as clean looking as we wanted to, but we got that really bad swell and dip at the bottom of the fence. This is super steep. The hill kind of rolls over here before it gets steep, so you're working with a 14-foot straight board and going post to post here. We wound up stopping there on that post. We rolled off of the hill here, stopped at that post, made a steep transition down to that post, and then straightened it back out over the top of that swell. Turned out looking real pretty in my opinion. But all right, y'all, I know y'all gonna hate me, but I forgot to film a single bit of footage today pulling wire. Man, I had the camera set up, had everything ready to go. And then we got to talking about what we were doing, and I'm ADD, and when I got a job to do, I kind of jump into it. I got to get used to this filming thing, but we got started working, and I totally forgot to film any bit of putting this wire up today. It's the end of the day. We've done some cleanup, but remeasure this fence. I had estimated this fence at like 300 feet. It's more like 385, 390 feet. Just measured it, but look, we got her all trimmed out, y'all. The only thing I have not done is built the gates because I was so far off on my estimations. I don't have no boards left over to build the gates, so I'm gonna have to get some more boards and come back for about a half a day, build all the gates, get them mounted. But the hard part's done, y'all. All the trim boards is up, all the fascia boards. We got all the post tops trimmed. We got the fence adjusted. She's fairly straight going down through there. I went ahead and I put them some temporary wire up. I just put this little panel here to cover up the gate opening to where they could go ahead and let their dogs out here. That's the whole purpose of doing that. So I want to get that hole filled up to where over the weekend they could go ahead and let their dogs out, let them enjoy it. But y'all, it's a bear pulling this wire on the inside of a board fence. This 2x4 wire is beautiful wire. This is not the welded wire. This is the tied 2x4, so it's got that extra tie on all the joints. Really high quality wire, nice wire, but it is a bear to work with. Trying to tie it off, stretching it, picking it up. The rolls are a lot heavier than like a hog wire or whatever because there's more wire in it. It's just really nice wire. I mean, it's the best wire you can buy, but I don't like working with it. It's really hard to stretch and get looking pretty, especially on all these downhill runs. There's a couple areas I ain't too thrilled with it, but getting the bubbles out of it, trying to get it to, you know, curve and flow. I tried pulling at multiple different angles and we kind of break up the pulls. I pulled a straight run to here, and then I kind of tied back, put a turn into the wire to where it would kind of straighten up. Then I pulled about, I think down to that next post, like 2 more posts, pulled to there. Then I pulled all the way to the bottom of the hill, and then I pulled that last straight run up by the house. It'll wear you out. Building board fence to me is just, it's easy. Boards go up, you know, you cut, you trim, you nail, you throw them up. Wire fencing, that'll wear you out. I got one of those fancy staple guns though, battery powered staple guns, so that sure makes it nice. But we're buttoning everything up. We're picking up the last bit of trash. Kind of one of my selling points for my jobs or my services is I don't leave nothing on my job sites. Now, I've left those boards for right now because they're still good boards and I'm going to use them for the gates. But I do not leave a single bit of trash. I am a big believer in you leave it as you found it. Don't leave nothing behind. I pick up every single post top that we cut off. I pick up every single little piece of wood that we trim off. Every bit of it disappears. All the trash. I probably walked around this place 6 times. These people paid me to come build them a fence. Those extra scraps don't come with it. That ain't part of building a fence. They weren't here when I got here. They're not going to be here when I leave. I can't tell you how many contractors I've hired to come to my house to build stuff, and I cannot stand when they leave anything behind. They will just make a mess and won't clean nothing up. But here's the front of it. That's going to be an 8-foot gate opening there to roughly, you know, 4-foot sides. It'll be a bi-directional gate or bifold gate, whatever you want to call it. There's the side of the fence there. Got all the fascia boards on, post caps trimmed. That transition going up that hill turned out just beautiful to me. I love a good board fence that flows with the land. It looks awesome. And the wire turned out right pretty on the inside of it too. I don't like mixing wire and boards, but it turned out looking good. So it's going to serve its purpose. I don't think anything's going to get in, and I don't think anything's going to get out either. So I'm really sorry I didn't get any footage of pulling that wire. We did a couple really interesting things. I wished I would have put my helmet mount on, my little head mount for the camera, and kind of taking you around while we were pulling, because we did some interesting stuff to try to pull and make this wire look nice, especially coming down them hills. But oh well, there'll always be next time. I don't plan on this being the last fence I ever build. So well, hope y'all enjoyed watching. Thank y'all. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends. Hopefully I'm giving y'all some good entertainment and enjoyment. The plan is I'll start doing more tutorial, you know, stuff in the future. A little more tips and tricks and showing y'all like what I do when and all that kind of stuff. I'm not an expert fence builder by any means, but I know a couple things, so start sharing some of that stuff with you. If y'all got any questions about fencing, shoot me a comment. I'll be happy to answer any questions you got. Y'all have a good day.